Hey, good morning, everybody. So, what to pay attention to this morning? Okay, European gas futures soar overnight 21%. Kind of interesting. If you want to follow our gas prices, you want to look at Boil, BOIL. Palantir, we all know they had earnings. Stock dipped 10%, then it was up yesterday, then it went down 2%. Kathy from ARK bought $14 million shares, $14 million in shares. She's going to buy more. $14 million is not a position for her. Do I like Palantir? No. Should I show you what I like? Okay, what did I talk about yesterday? Anybody that was here definitely knows because I was like shouting it from the rooftops. I was showing you algorithms and flow. What we use on our Discord is institutional feeds. So even if you don't like my chomper speaking, you can look at what's trading. So let me tell you why I got into the trade I did yesterday. Institutional feed, trading idea for Baba. What was I showing you? I was showing you calls versus puts, outnumber 5-1. Flow summary. Here we go. Boom. Same thing, right? Let's go down a little. So it was just an idea. My trade executed, and I spoke about this yesterday at $93. Meanwhile, Baba went up like a whole 60 cents. And in the afternoon, I was actually red. So you had two chances to get in. Red here, red here. Oh, wait, it gets worse. I was red here on 11 o'clock, the last drop. Remember, the markets were struggling yesterday. Anybody had the opportunity again, and I show my positions. I had one plug. Plug has earnings after the bell today. I'll show you why I like Plug. Stay with me, okay? I had three Baba. Now let me show you why. Okay, I'm clear as can be. I'm down in Alibaba. I'm showing you my accounts under $500. Here it is again. You had ample time to get into any of these positions. Again, I'm looking to grow this. Up there we go. 573 closed at 600. I got to like this, of course, because it's my own post. But why did I get into these? So stick with me. This is going to be cool. You guys will be like, wait, this is how we use it? Yeah, I typed out a whole bunch of crap this morning. So here we go. I looked at some dark pool levels, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm looking at. I looked at the net flow, but let's talk about Baba real quick, okay? So this is what I'm looking at. Hopefully everybody's looking at it with me. This is as large as it goes. I apologize. Okay, so basically, here's what it looks like. You're looking at calls versus puts. Oh, man, Matt, it's all calls. It's like 80% calls. But wait, are they buying the calls or are they selling the calls? Oh, shit. More people, 65, 64% are buying the calls. The calls outnumber the puts. Now it's important because there are more in calls and there are more buyers and there's more out of the money. In fact, like 80% are out of the money. So telling me that if Baba beats and the estimated movement's like 5.64%, and let's say it just closes at 96 today, 5% is going to put it over like $100. 100, 101. We know things tend to pop a little harder. So if you want to hold through earnings, and I'll explain my dilemma because I'm holding three Baba contracts and earnings is tomorrow before the bell. So it could run up into earnings, which is what my game plan was, and to take 50%. The good news is I'm probably going to be up over 50% this morning. So if you got in with me, you're up as well. Now the conundrum is when to take profit. Baba's popping 2% pre-market. Now let's look at Plug real quick. Okay, here's Plug. Why do I like Plug? Okay, first of all, we go calls versus puts. Well, shit, we could see it. 75,000 versus 12,000. Calls versus puts. So we're like, what, 80%, I guess? Then you're like in the money, out of the money. Okay, it's mixed, so they're there. Then are they more buying or selling? Again, if this is all red and people, institutions are just selling you calls. Let's say Apple's all red and they're just selling calls to everybody, then they're saying Apple's going to stay down. If there's a stock that you follow and they're buying puts, all right, this is all green and this is all red. They're buying puts, it's going down. If they're selling puts, it's likely the stock's going to go up. They don't have to be buying calls as long as they're selling the puts. So again, on Plug, why I got in yesterday, it dropped to like 1038. I got in at 1048. I made a posting on Webull around 10:50 a.m. I also posted my position on Discord. But again, where'd this go up to? Like $11. No, like $10.90. So entry yesterday, the options expire this Friday. Entry yesterday at $10.50. It's up at $11 or $11 and a few cents this morning. All right. Earnings again. All right. They're buying the call options. They think Plug is going to do well on earnings. So I guess we'll find out soon. I could be talking about this. Plug could be down like 30% as I'm talking about this. But okay, this is what I like to do. Now, what else do I like to do today? Not knowing if the market's going to go up or down, I'm looking at the 3-day net flow of the SPY. So we know the SPY, which is white, dropped yesterday morning and then rebounded. So what happened with puts and calls? All right, as the SPY was dropping, They're still buying puts. Okay, it gets to its bottom point. They level out their puts, and they're buying them at the end of the day. Okay, I don't really pay that much attention. We'll see how the market opens. Calls, again, not like they gave up on calls, okay? So they didn't give up on calls. Let's look at the market overall, not just the SPY. Market, here we go. Market drops. What happens? They're buying more calls. What they do at the end of the day in the entire net of the market? They bought calls. They're expecting a spike up and a movement higher. What can hinder that? Well, tomorrow morning, if you join me, we have CPI. Friday morning, if you join me, we have PPI. So those two things, I assume they're going to come in cooler because they've been coming cooler. But here's the net flow of the market. Net flow of the market is still extremely bullish. So the SPY looks like it could struggle, which is weird. But you're telling me, Matt, the market looks like it wants to go up. Again, I don't know. So what am I going to do? I use the dark pool levels. The dark pool levels. So we're looking at the Qs, okay? The Qs, which are sitting at what? 372 and change. So it's sitting right in between these two levels. By the way, all these things that I'm using are available on our Discord. So I don't think anybody's ever posted it, so I'll do it. SOCplatform.com. And it should be up there. Let's see. Boom, there it is. Okay, so there's our Discord. If you like what I do, again, thumbs up. Everything that happens is algorithms. Okay, so with that said, let's just go back to that screen so we can talk about it a little more. Okay, much better, much better. Let me go back there. All right, so again, I'm focused on the number 373 for the Qs. All right, if it acts as support, the Qs are going to 376. If it acts as rejection, we're going down to 370. I know you have your dark pool levels, but I like numbers. I like patterns. This morning, I was looking at the Qs pre-market. They were above 373, and I'm like, wow, that could actually turn into support. And then I checked again, and we were 372 and like 68 cents. So I'm actually going to check that for everybody real quick and give you my guess estimation on what I think is going to happen to technology today. All right, I'm looking at technology. It's showing me a little W right now. I don't really go that much pre-market. There's only 211,000 volume on the Qs. We're at 373, so we're at that key number. You could hopefully see that 373.13 pre-market, 373.10. Again, under 373, I think the Qs are in trouble. I think Apple, Tesla, Netflix, Amazon, Google. However, when I look, and let's pull that up right now. Let's look at a couple of these stocks. We'll skip the SPY lesson this morning. I'll give you my prediction. And when I'm talking about, I'll share something else with you guys in a minute. Hopefully you stick around for that. And let's just get up. There we go. Share it. Yeah, there's some good shit coming. So please give me like 5 minutes of your time, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes more. I'm going to talk about some certain stocks. I'm going to talk about what I expect from the market today. And I'm going to talk about how I'm going to make money. And anything that I speak about, you can emulate, you can use, we can talk about resistance points, whatever it is. Okay, whatever you take from this, that's why I'm here. I'm not here to talk. I'm here to help you be a better trader. So if you like that, again, thumbs up, tell your friends. All right, let's get over there. Let me find out where that SPY is. There it is. All right, so what do I have up? I have the 2-hour chart up right now. 2-hour chart just lets me zoom out. I'm looking back like 2.5 weeks here. All right, so I'm looking at the SPY. I'm saying, okay, what are we doing on a bigger level? On a bigger level, major volume has been selling volume. Big spikes down, big spikes down. We got that big spike Wednesday to Friday last week. On a smaller level, they're going to buy up the market. So where can I see the market going to? Again, probably somewhere in this level, 453. All right, it has to fill that gap. Will it fill it quickly? I don't know. What if CPI comes in light? So here's the bull case scenario. CPI comes in light. PPI comes in light. There's not going to be a recession here in the U.S. What? Where are you going to see? 456. So that would be what? Close to 2% higher. Meaning if you're in calls and you're bullish the market and you think CPI and PPI are coming down, then yes, you could look for 456 on the SPY. You heard it here first. Now let's give you the opposite case scenario. Let's say you're a bear on the SPY. Oh, the SPY, screw that. Everything's too frothy. CPI is going to come in back hot. We're going to bell curve it back up, something like that. Where can we go? We could give back 1, 2, 3 days of green, and we can hit this red spot right here, which goes down all the way to the bottom of 445. Okay? So again, I think your downside is 445. Well, that's pretty good. You're telling me my upside is 6 points higher. In fact, 8 points higher from where we closed yesterday. And my downside is only like 3 points from where we closed yesterday. Matt, are you bullish? I'm not bullish. Again, I like to just read the markets, play momentum. So we'll look at certain stocks. I mean, I was talking about UAL. I was just damn early. I was looking for UAL to pop right here. Remember 52 and a half dollars? I was looking for it to go to 55. What did it do first? It had a couple of out days. It dropped to 51.70. What's it done since then? I'm in one UAL option. Let me tell you where that shit closed at, because it's impressive. I had about 48 contracts. Now I have one contract that I happened to purchase at the right time. And where the heck is it? Oh, no, that's the stock. Okay, yeah, that was the stock that was in my position. Oh, here it is. It closed at $3 yesterday. I'm up 197% on that one contract. Last week, I took a loss in UAL just because I was early. Imagine if I bought out the extra week. Remember, I always tell you guys, when you're investing and you're unsure if you're going to be correct at that point, not only should you ease into a position, but you need to buy out the extra week. Again, ease into a position, buy out an extra week. Ease in means I buy one contract, then two more, then three more, then four more. Okay, I'm at 24 positions, whereas that's what I wanted to be, rather than going in for 24 or 8 at first. You know, if you have $800, you're looking at a $100 contract. First, you could buy 8 for that 100, or you could buy one. If it drops to 90, you could buy one more. $88, add one, $85, add three more. Guess what? Your average total cost is like $89 rather than $100. You're 11% lower and you still have money on the sidelines. But Matt, what if it pops? I buy in at 100 and it's up at 140 like that, Matt. Well, that's bullshit. That never happens to me. I get into a contract, think it's going to pop. Sometimes it does. Yesterday, I showed you my account. It popped up and then it gave everybody 3 different chances to enter at a better entry than I paid. I popped up and then I went down 3 different times. But again, finished green, up 20% yesterday. Looking to make that 50% on the week. Let's talk about that challenge again. $500, 50% this week, $750, 50% for the next 4 weeks after that. So you go 500, 750, 1175, close to 1700, probably like 26. And you'd be at like 38 and change, but I called it 3,600. All right, so it's 500 to 3,600, 5 weeks. Doesn't mean I have to trade every day, right? Monday, family emergency. No trading at all for me on Monday, right? Tuesday, took 20%. Those positions are going to pop this morning. I spoke about Baba yesterday. All I did when I spoke about what position I was going to enter into and what my game plan was and why I was so excited is Baba was off 3% yesterday pre-market, and I was like, great. I almost bought those contracts the day before, but again, I wasn't watching the market on Monday. I didn't want to trade. So what does it do? Off 3%, really like that position. It tells me, okay, I still want to be safe about entry, but anything I get into yesterday is going to be a better entry than it was the day before. All right, so we'll talk about a few stocks in a minute. Let me just answer this question. If you have any questions, again, I'm not like the other people that are on YouTube talking about stocks and showing you just the graphs and like talking about the inverse yield curve and the negative, recessionary line, whatever it is. I'm here to answer questions for you. Yes, we can pull up your stocks. Yes, we can look at things. But again, you got to ask, all right, so do you see gold breaking the 180? I'm still holding the 181 for this Friday like I'm more afraid of. You got to take profit on those. Gold moves up and down like crazy. It's giving you a W every day or an M, or gives you exit and entry back in. Buy and hold. Let me just look at those options real quick. The 181s. See, I don't even have my watch list anymore. All right, let's look at gold. I know I have that on my watch list. GLD 178.55, not looking good. I remember it ended yesterday. Yeah, I mean, let's just look at the line chart. Now, I mean, gold looks like crap right now. Let me go back to the 3-month. I mean, the good news is, so here's the good news. If you go back on the 3-month chart to June 27th, okay, June 27th, you're seeing gold right around 177.09, 177.31. So, yeah, I think gold is almost at the bottom. Again, I think I was early. I think you're early. You got to sell on the spike. If you like the position, you re-enter. I thought about re-entering some position. It was like $42, went up to $52. I was like, I just don't like the path of gold right now. Yeah, so probably you need a couple more weeks, maybe a month. Thoughts on Google, drop or continue to be strong? Yeah, I think Google is going to be strong. Google is one of the ones that I saw a little strength in yesterday. Google and Amazon. Oh, so let me tell you what I look at. So here we go. Let's pull it back up and let you guys see what I'm looking at. Hopefully it gives you the big version. Okay. So thoughts on Google. So again, I have my watch list. Let me just make sure I'm showing you guys the right shit. I am. This is United Airlines. I use the 2 hour, but let's just go back to the 5 minute just so we can get most or good portion of yesterday. What am I looking at right here? UAL. Now, what am I looking at? Spike on open, spike after. Oh, no, that was, on open yesterday. We're looking at the 5 minute chart. Spike after. So when it comes up to this area, 54.32, you don't buy at this area. You say, shit, the volume is strong. You were looking for the lowest point to re-enter, 53.66. All right, so imagine 54.33, 70 cents. You enter here, you're feeling like an idiot for most of the day until you're profitable. Now look at the volume end of the day. So again, UAL, 55, probably going to 56. Alibaba, here's my conundrum, right? I go back to the 2 hour for you. 2 hour chart. We haven't been at this level in a while. Okay, I go to the 5 minute chart. We're gapping up to this level here. I'm thinking I get a push to 96.40 this morning because that's where I saw it pre-market. It might go up more. That's my problem. I got to take profit. I'm thinking 96.40 early in the day, running into earnings. Who knows? They might sell off into earnings. I saw the large sell or end of day. I still like the position. I might hold one contract, sell two. Plug, another one, right? Opened yesterday, 10.48. Oh, 10.38, 10.35. It even went lower. Holy shit. I got in at 10.50. Not the best right here, 10.48, 10.49. All right. I had to make sure we saw support right here and saw volume. What did we end the day with? Volume. Pre-market, 10.50, slightly under $11. I'm not sure they reported yet. I certainly hope they didn't report yet, because if they did and it's not moving, my contracts will be worth 50 cents instead of 66. I'm looking for a spike in that one. All right. So Starbucks. Again, if you go back to 2 hours, I'll show you the big inflow. Here you go. Big inflow, large volume, taking it up right here at this level. Big inflow, institution position right here from, what was it, 99, went all the way to 104. Remember, I was talking about those $10 options that went to $1. Okay. Sell off, consolidation. Might be done consolidating. Yes, volume's extremely low. Might be done consolidating. If you buy and you get in, at the bottom, looking at the 5 minute, here's where we opened, closed the other day, opened, coming down. When you see a big red one to start and it's followed by three reds down here, you don't want to get out of position. You want to wait until you see some greens, turn around, heavy sell off. Here's where you could buy in, right? Under 100. Where are you? 101, a little under 101. You had a big sell off end of the day. So again, I like to look in a larger spectrum. Rivian had earnings, huge selling end of the day. Wouldn't have held that one necessarily. Apple, it's being bought up, selling yesterday to start the morning. So again, I just follow this on a larger scale. Tesla, it's more evenly spread out, and that's why you see more of a chop pattern. Coin, again, you're seeing some buying sporadically, which I would say is bullish for coin. I'd have to go back to the 2 hour chart. And I tell you, very little volume until back here, and they bought coin up from $87 all the way to 112, right? Yeah, there was 112. So if you can get in $87 where this big institution got in, and maybe that was Kathy, maybe it was some of her friends, coin's probably going to go up over time. Again, that's the 2 hour. Ford, I should actually remove Ford. Doesn't move the way I like it to. You got to be real lucky, guess the correct day, it'll move 50 cents, and you're killing it. Looking at Meta on the 2 hour, it's consolidating, okay? It does have a gap to fill from the earnings move, but that's only going to happen if the market gets crushed. Google, let's go back to the 5 minute on Google. Again, yesterday, the most important thing, they were buying yesterday morning. Then the sell-off happened. Then they were buying again, off light volume, touched up here, end the day, sell-off, buy, more chop, but probably 133. NVIDIA, again, selling off yesterday morning. Everybody just buys the dip on NVIDIA. You get in at 440, you go to 446, you take your 20%. Again, when you find the bottom, and the bottom usually happens with the most volume. All of a sudden, someone just drops all their shares. Now, this is interesting. You can look at the 2 hour on DraftKings. DraftKings sold off because you had another sports betting. I forget the name of the company. It's the one Dave Portnoy was associated with, Penn National, right? They signed a deal with ESPN. It's going to be called ESPN Bet. Holy crap. Yeah, that's going to kill DraftKings business. Does it deserve to drop 5% overnight? I don't know. It was down as much as 10%. Uber doesn't really have my interest. Volume was okay to end the day. Uber's a Dow play. Uber's like a United Airline play, a Wynn Casino, Las Vegas Sands. Again, Disney signed the deal with Penn Casino. Now, this is interesting on Disney. Disney started to turn around a couple of days ago, but the algorithms were still bearish. Now, if you're looking at volume, you're seeing this volume right here and the spike up right to here, $89.18. This is kind of where it's either going to struggle or explode. So if you see Disney explode off the next couple of days, Disney can go up another to $91. We could attack that level again. It really depends on volume. But again, we're right at that level where Disney rejected around 89.44. So Disney can get a pop this morning and then might struggle a little. Again, it takes time for that news to settle in. Palantir, Kathy bought $14 million worth of Palantir yesterday. She's going to buy more, so that could be a buy the dip. Amazon, again, close to its all-time highs. Amazon entered some type of news story. I don't have time to read it this morning. I'm sorry. So I've got to get over to Discord. Let's see if we have any more questions for you guys, but hopefully you see what I'm doing. I bring up the trading view chart. It's free. Okay. I look at it online, trading view. I set up my watch list. I go back 2 hours so I get a bigger picture. Then I do 1, 3, and 5 minute. 1 minute is a sniper where I'm looking to our stock to turn around. And I already know I'm looking at calls and XYZ as it's dropping. And I'm looking for that 1 minute turnaround. Then I use the 3 minute to confirm. Once I see the 3 minute green arrow, I know I'm okay. Then I'll use the next 5 minutes to look for a further dip to get in at the right price. So I mentioned Tesla. I showed you the chart. I mean, I think Tesla's going to chop unless the Qs explode. If you see the Qs at 276, Tesla's got to move up. If you see the Qs 376, 376. If you see the Qs hovering at 373, which I mentioned is a crucial point, 372, 374, 372, 374, then Tesla's not going anywhere really. So you really want to look for stocks that have volume, have demand. I showed you 2 yesterday. I got involved with them. I've got that $500 account. End of the week, I want to have $750. It's going to get there today. End of next week, I want to have $1175. I hopefully get there today. Hopefully, I can cut some time off there. I post on Discord. I will recopy those positions, post on Webull, time delayed, Twitter, time delayed. Why? Because I just don't have time. I got 2 kids. One slept over, an ex-wife who went to the hospital on Monday. I got craziness in my life. With that said, heading over to Discord now. You guys are great. How is Aspire looking? Things keep bouncing. Are we dropping? Man, you got to look at the market net flow. Market net flow finished yesterday still bullish. However, when we gap up, I suggest we fade the gap up. When we gap down, what do we like to do? Buy the dip. So again, that's just my thought process. Use the dark pool numbers for today to figure out when you're expecting the SPY to reject up top or come below. If I was to give you just various numbers that I was looking at, it's a 2-point range. 348, 430, 448, 450, 452. If we break higher, 457 is a nice gap up with like a ghost zone. But again, you got to get to that 450 level. You got to hold 450. If 450 turns into support, you're going to see 452. If 452 rejects, you're going back to 450. It plays a game like this. This is why nothing goes straight up unless you have good news. Remember, CPI tomorrow, I'm going to go live at 8:25 a.m. PPI on Friday, 8:25 a.m. Please join me. If you like what I'm doing, thumbs up. If you missed your question, ask it. I'll get to it tomorrow or I'll answer it on the side. Have a great day trading, everybody. See you later.